Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is good to see. When you have a bully hound your kid in school, what is it that you tell him or her? Here is what I say. Hold your anger, hold your head high, tell the bully to back off and then walk away. Essentially, keep calm and carry on. By the looks of it, simply put, that seems to be India's strategy when it comes to Trump's tariffs. Play the waiting game and let trade talks continue till we get a deal that actually works for us. Today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his first response to his friend-turned-irritant, Donald Trump, said that India will not compromise on its national interest, especially when it comes to farmers and the dairy sector. He also said he is ready to pay the price for it. First, let's hear from the Prime Minister.
किसानों के, पशुपालकों के और मछुआरे भाई बहनों के हितों के साथ कभी भी समझौता नहीं करेगा। और मैं जानता हूं व्यक्तिगत रूप से मुझे बहुत बड़ी कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी, लेकिन मैं इसके लिए तैयार हूं। आज भारत तैयार है। हमारी सरकार ने किसानों की ताकत को देश की प्रगति का आधार माना है।
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have heard from the ringmaster of the tariff circus as well. Mr. Trump was once again today asked why India was being singled out, given the fact that China and the European Union buy more energy from Russia than India. His answer essentially was, "Abhi to party shuru hui hai." I'm of course paraphrasing here. You yourself listening to what Mr. Trump is saying. He still, by the way, has not got the time to Google who the biggest buyer of Russian energy is.
Let me go, please.
Indian officials have said that there are other countries that are buying Russian oil.
It's okay.
Like China, for instance,
It's
buys
okay.
more.
Yeah.
Why are you singling India out for these additional sanctions?
It's only been 8 hours, so let's see what happens over the next.
Sanctions,
you're going to see a lot more.
So this is a taste of
You're going to see a lot more. You're going to see so much secondary sanctions. Yes, ma'am.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what should India do is the question. The shock of the additional 25% Trump tariffs will be felt across sectors. Let us not whitewash this fact. A 50% tariff is effectively, in other words, a trade embargo. When you face a 50% tax, but your competitors, say like Bangladesh or Indonesia or Vietnam, pay just 20%, the scenario is far from happy for you. Buying your products becomes at least 30 to 35% more expensive for the consumer. So why will an American company buy from you? The Exporters Association in India says that more than half of US-bound shipments from India will be impacted. In fact, they are saying that export orders are already being put on hold. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, the worst-case scenario is playing out for India. If things couldn't get any worse, why can we not look at imposing retaliatory tariffs? That suggestion came from Congress MP Shashi Tharoor today.
अगर ऐसे वो लोग करेंगे तो हम भी अमेरिकन एक्सपोर्ट्स पे 50% की टैरिफ हमारे तरफ से भी लगाना चाहिए। ये नहीं है कि कोई भी किसी और देश में बैठ के हमको ऐसे धमकी दे सके, ये तो बिल्कुल मानना तैयार नहीं है। और मेरे ख्याल में हर भारतवासी कहेंगे कि इस विषय पे हम सब एक हैं।
50% for 50%. Can India not put tit-for-tat tariffs against America? Why can we not step on the escalatory ladder and say we will not take your bullying lying down? Yes, Trump has warned that retaliatory tariffs will invite more tariffs, but well, they've already ruined a perfectly decent relationship. So why should we be afraid of anything now? I mean, China did. What did China do? Trump imposed 145% tariffs on them. China then retaliated with 125% tariffs. Trump then came down to 30%, and the kind-hearted Xi Jinping came down to 10%. Tariffs against China have now been paused for 90 days, and both countries are negotiating a deal and planning a meetup between Xi and Trump. Now, the opposition in India, which usually has its draggers drawn, may just support the move, given that they themselves have called the 50% tariffs economic blackmail. That is Rahul Gandhi's tweet for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a fan of China, but should India do a China on the US and impose 50% tariffs on them? That is my question to my guests this evening. May I just introduce them? Gopal Krishna Agarwal is a national spokesperson of the BJP joining us on the broadcast. Vijay Sardana is a senior economist with us on the broadcast. Mr. Sardana, good evening. Thank you very much. Subhash Chandra Garg is a former finance secretary of India. Subhash ji, namaskar. Good evening. Good to have you on the show. Salim Dharanidharan is a national spokesperson of the DMK, and making his debut today, gentlemen, is Venu Gopal Swamy, spokesperson of the Congress party. So let's give him an occasion and a chance to speak as well. At least on my show, he's making a debut. Thank you very much. Who should I come to first? Should I come to the politicians or should I come to the economists? Maybe I should go to the economists first today. Because after all, क्या सर क्या बोल रहे हैं आप? मैं किसी को नहीं डरा सकती. Let me go to the economists first, because, you know, it can be argued that the question itself is very shallow. That at this point of time, which is a sensitive time, and India is impacted, why should you even be talking about retaliatory tariffs? Why should you even be arguing that if the United States of America has slapped 50% tariffs on us, India should, in return, slap 50% tariffs on the United States of America? Subhash Chandra Garg, I'm just thinking to myself, do we have anything to lose? It's highly unlikely we'll have a deal on August 25th when the American team comes visiting.
So, see, the option of imposing 50% or whatever level of tariff you want to impose is always available. But we must seriously consider that what will be the impact of that. The idea of imposing is that you go back to the President Trump and tell him that your goods also suffer the same kind of treatment in India and therefore back off. Fight it, take your fight back and let's talk and come back to the normal kind of relationship. That's the objective of doing it. And you quoted Chinese example that they did it, and the allusion was that the Americans backed off because of that. But let us remember, Americans did not back off vis-a-vis China because of the tariff imposed by Chinese. Chinese has many other levers. They turned the rare earth kind of things, and they put other imposed, which hurt Americans very badly. So we should also remember that do we have such levers or not? If we don't have such levers, then the imposition of additional tariffs would amount to be a kind of empty threat. And secondly, it will hurt, mind you what I'm saying, it will hurt Indian consumers and our investors, our factories who import those things, because Americans are not going to reduce the prices. The tariff would have to be paid by the Indians, and therefore Indians will suffer. So I wouldn't advise any such course of embarking on the retaliatory path.
Okay. So, Mr. Garg, you are making two important, interesting points. Number one, you're saying the reason why the Americans right now are bargaining with China is not because China imposed retaliatory tariffs, but because they have leverage, and that leverage is rare earth, right? That is what you're saying. Number one, does India have any leverages? The answer to my mind right now is no, but I'm happy to be corrected. I'm happy to be corrected by any of the panelists. Okay. Number two, the point you're making is if you put in retaliatory tariffs, it will not hurt America as much as it will hurt India, India's exporters, importers, and India's consumers, right?
Absolutely.
That is the point you're making. Vijay Sardana, would you have a counter to that, or do you agree with what Mr. Garg is saying?
Good evening to you, panelists and fellow panelists and the viewers. See, what I'm saying is very simple thing here. Let's not waste energy in negativity. India has certain advantages which we have to look at it. Leave America out. Spend your energy in creating where it will hurt America.
Sir, वो तो long term plan है ना? वो तो long term plan है.
You can do in 6 months. See, it's not long term. Everything is not long term. The day you plan, you will start. It's not difficult. China knows where it is hurting America. They have started putting tariff on agriculture products and they are getting it. America is feeling pain of it. China has already blocked all IT companies of America into China. You can't see, Google or Microsoft or Facebook or all those things. They all are out. What India should do is, see, major gain for America from India is IT services like Facebook is earning, Google is earning, Microsoft is earning. Indian IT industry must create a parallel, equally efficient softwares and open it for Indian population, both for software, means social media platform and IT platform. Let Indian companies use this and it will hurt America. They will understand that 60% of social media traffic is from India. Understand this. This is where they will understand that it is good to have a good relation with India. Otherwise, it will have its own problem.
No, Mr. Sardana, my point, limited point is you are more Gyani than me as far as economics is concerned. But if they were interested in having a good relationship with India, we would not have been slapped with 50% tariffs, which just by the way is the highest in the world. So they are not interested in having a good relationship with us. They are interested in extracting as much money as they can from us and from the rest of the world. That is their game plan, to make America great again, quote unquote. My simple question to you, Mr. Sardana, आपने मुझे एक long term plan दे दिया, this is a golden opportunity and all of that. वो golden opportunity बाद में देखेंगे. First you tell me whether you think there should be retaliatory tariffs against America or not. I mean, if we have nothing to lose, why not climb up the escalatory ladder?
Why you are unnecessary doing things which is not going to give any result? Do something which gives the result. So my point is that these are chess games. It is not hitting the ball direct on the wall. So you have to understand that these things doesn't work. You will always be respected if you are powerful and if they know you can hit them. They see interests here are very simple, commercial interest. You cannot take political cover and do the commercials. Here you have to hit commercially to them. They will create a good relation for you. So tit-for-tat works in the same coin, not in some other form. So I am very clear on that. Tariff will not hurt you because there is, see, what is India's strength today?
No, what are you saying, Mr. Sardana? You're saying 50% tariffs will not hurt us. Is that what you're saying?
It does not matter. Please understand.
Mr. Sardana, how will 50% tariffs not hurt us? Let's not whitewash this, na?
You allow me to explain. Today, world trade is 24 trillion. What India is importing and exporting from US? About $100 billion. It doesn't matter to America if you ignore India. Same thing. What India is exporting is technically branded commodities. They can buy from anywhere. It doesn't matter. So what I'm trying to say is that we have to understand how to play this chess.
Okay.
We have not exploited where it can benefit India, and America is desired to work with India like they are doing with China.
Okay.
So we have to create USP for America to work with us.
Sir, वो USP create होने में अभी time लगेगा, and I understand when you say these are mind games and these are all bargaining tactics. But Mr. Garg, I will let you take 30 seconds and just respond to what Mr. Vijay Sardana is saying. That beyond the point, these 50% American tariffs don't really impact India. देखिए, देशभक्त मैं भी हूँ, patriot मैं भी हूँ. But you know, we have to be clear-eyed about certain situations that surround us. I mean, exporters today have released a press release, and let's just put those graphics out as well, please, on what the exporters are saying. They are saying that many of the orders are already on hold. 50% of outbound shipments to America has been stalled or will get directly impacted. Go ahead, Mr.
rather than commenting on this particular point about the exporters being hurt, which they are, I would just take up the other point which he made about using the leverage of hurting the social media of Americans. Remember, of the $250 billion of our IT exports, Americans buy or pay for about $125 billion of that. You don't believe that you can hurt them on the social media and they will not hurt you on your IT exports.
Okay.
Don't expose the services into, don't bring this into, we will have far more pain in case we get into that game.
Okay. So you're saying take the pragmatic approach right now.
Absolutely.
Wait and watch, keep calm and carry on, as they say. Mr. Salim Dharanidharan, to that effect, why can't the opposition be calm and carry on?
Yes.
The point is, once again yesterday, after these 50% tariffs were imposed, Mr. Dharanidharan, why are you blaming Prime Minister Modi? And why are you saying he's a weak Prime Minister? If he was a weak Prime Minister, we would have a deal right now, no? Where soya bean from America would have flooded our markets. Hai na? Where non-vegetarian milk would have flooded our markets, where corn or maize, as the Americans call it, would have flooded our markets and our farmers would have been out of business. He's spoken about it today as well, saying that there will be no compromise on national interest. In national interest, should you be backing the Prime Minister then?
I mean, you're extremely being very funny, but I'll start with a joke. And let me speak, because even last time I was cut short. Modi's Vishwaguru charm hit Trump's 50% tariff wall. Now his global guru dreams are stuck paying customs duty. But the bottom line is, this country's foreign policy has absolutely failed. Alongside the economic policy. I will tell you how the foreign policy has failed. Right? South Asia, what has happened? In Nepal has been India's friendly country. The people protested against the Prime Minister and the country. China has come. China is now, in terms of...
You are saying I don't let you speak.
Great, friendly country of India.
Mr. Dharanidharan, you are one of my favorite spokespersons, but stick to the point. Aaj Nepal ke bare mein nahi baat karte. Let's just speak about America. And if America's foreign policy has failed with these tariffs, because tariffs have been imposed on us, then the foreign policy of 50 other nations has failed, huh?
No, Pakistan is only 19%, Nepal is 15% tariff, Vietnam is 19%, Sri Lanka is 15%, Japan is 15%, Singapore is 15%, Malaysia is 15%, Taiwan is 20%. All Asian countries, only India is railing at 50%, 25% plus 25%. Why? It is because of foreign policy blunder, which is what I'm trying to say. One country after another, from Nepal to Bangladesh. Why are we in bad terms with Bangladesh? Because you got religion into it. Because you want to divide people. In Assam, you said Bangladeshis are there. In West Bengal, Bangladesh is there. So Bangladesh went against you. In Maldives, what happened? India out. And who on right mind will go and say in 2019 that ab ki baat Trump Sarkar, who are we to interfere in foreign elections, US elections, after the Democratic Party came and went against India. But imagine UPA time, in spite of atomic bomb blast sanctions, India made sure that we had a deal. Manmohan Singh got the deal. And then we had good relationship with Russia and the US. Now, Russia is not our friend, maybe a partner. US is not our friend, but a partner. Even Pakistan has a friend in China. Does India have friends globally right now? No. Iran, maybe a partner, not a friend. Why? For Gaza, we went and abstained from voting, deviating from our 75 years norm. Because why? Again, religion. So bringing religion has ruined the foreign policy.
Mr. Dharanidharan, today you are on a trip of your own. Chalo, let me ask you a simple question. Mr. Dharanidharan, okay. For a moment, assume that Mr. Stalin was the Prime Minister of the country. Okay. What would he have done? Would he have said, okay, let's do a deal? I don't care whether your cheap vegetarian milk and cheap corn will come and flood the Indian market, or cheap soya bean will come and flood the Indian market. The Indian farmers can go to hell. Let's just sign a deal, because it's good for optics. Is that what Mr. Stalin will do?
We would have... See, my chief minister has no such ambitions, but my point is, if anyone else had been the chief minister with the same mind, he would have made sure that the farmers' interest and Indian interest is protected At the same time, it have got a lesser deal. Now this is because Trump wants to punish India because of certain mismanagement.
Which I do
not
he
want
is
to get
upset
into.
with us
That
because
is the
we are
reason.
saying that
Because
you are not the ones who orchestrated or mediated a ceasefire. That is the truth. We are not backing him for a Nobel Prize. That is the truth. Would Mr. Stalin have backed him for a Nobel Prize? Would Mr. Stalin have let him get away with a lie that he mediated peace between India and Pakistan?
Wait. Shreya, let me speak. Shreya, you're trying very hard, but I think there's no way you can defend the Prime Minister on this. Anyone, don't interrupt me. I never interrupt anyone. So firstly and foremost, let me say this. This is clearly happening because of clear foreign policy failure, and India has no friends.
Mr. Dharanidharan,
US has no trust in India. If US has seen India as a friend, don't interrupt me again. Don't interrupt me, Shreya, please.
Mr.
You never interrupted me
Dharanidharan, you're
earlier.
not answering my question.
If India had good friendship, I am answering you. You are letting me only if I complete. You will know if I am answering or not. No. If I answer wrongly, let the viewer evaluate me. But my point is, if anyone be the Prime Minister, the same mind. If there had been proper friendship and trust with the US, both the interest of the Indian farmers and the Indian people would have been taken care, as well as the tariffs would have been low. Do you think Taiwan agreed for it? Japan agreed for it? No. They all protected their national interest as well. Why only this country, India, right, under Prime Minister Modi, faces 50% tariff? It's not because we wanted to safeguard. It is because there is no trust, there is no friendship. As simple as that.
Okay,
right.
Mr. Dharanidharan, you still haven't answered my question. You are saying if Mr. Stalin was the Prime Minister, we would have ensured India's interest. We would have ensured that farmers are not taken for a ride, and we would have gotten a deal. In this case, it is clearly not possible because Mr. Trump is very clear about what he wants. And we are very clear about what we will not let happen.
No, that is all.
So my point is, why are you unnecessarily criticizing the Prime Minister?
It works on personal relationship. Because he has no personal relationship. He does not have strategy. Neither is foreign minister have a strategy.
In diplomacy and geopolitics, there is nothing called personal relationships.
Immediately.
No, in geopolitics, there is nothing called personal relationships.
Then you don't know
there are no
diplomacy.
permanent friends or enemies in geopolitics, sir. There are only permanent interests. And our interest is national interest, but Gopal Krishna Agarwal, spokesperson of the BJP, will respond to you. Please, Mr. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, respond to what Mr. Dharanidharan is saying.
Shreyaji, you gave lot of time to Mr. DMK spokesperson. I'll expect some fact check at present. We have to understand that we are not discussing diplomacy, or we are discussing trade and tariff war, which is now being played out at the global level. It is not between India and US alone. It is at the global level. So we have to understand some important facts. Give me some time. One thing is that India has drawn a red line, which Prime Minister underlined today, that we will not negotiate on opening our agriculture and dairy product. That's what the Trump wanted. And now DMK spokesperson is saying that Bangladesh got this tariff, that Indonesia, Taiwan. Why? They have opened their agriculture and dairy. They have opened, they are giving, allowing 0% tariff, free access to US market. We have to understand that we have taken a very good, strong stand. There is definitely a cost. Prime Minister himself has said that there is a cost of this thing. But we stand by protecting our farmers and our dairy product. National interest. No, let me finish. No. Second thing is, I agree with Mr. Subhash Garg when he says that the leverages which China has, there are certain leverages, special leverages about rare earth, but we don't have. So what we have to do is, there are solutions, and government is working. What Trump is thinking and saying, last time also, we have bargained with good relations that he could have levied these taxes, tariffs, etc. in the last time only. But we gained at least 10 years now. It isn't, no, this is a Russia tactics. We know it is work in progress. We are going. Let me finish. I listen to everybody very.
Mr. Agarwal, I have a counter question. You are saying we have to stand strong. Hai na? I agree with you. We have to stand strong to a bully. I want to ask you, will standing strong also mean that we impose retaliatory tariffs against them? What is your view, the BJP's view on a 50% tariff on America? Abhi, our tariff on them is 17%. Why is it 17% when they have imposed 50% on us? Hum bhi 50% kar dete hain.
No, Shreya, this is work in progress. Reciprocal tariff will not give the desired result because it is not sure that today he is putting 50, he may put 100, he may reduce to 25, give a window. He is not very consistent in his decisions. We have to wait and watch and create our capacity with other countries. We are doing it with Europeans.
Okay.
You can say last one point also. India is also thinking about developing a fund as we did in price stabilization fund.
Correct,
so
correct.
To find out domestic means to tackle this. And just we have to also understand its psychology also, our strength also, our weaknesses also, our requirement.
Sir, आप कांग्रेस को भी बोलने देते हैं. मिस्टर अग्रवाल कांग्रेस को भी बोलने देते हैं ना. आज फर्स्ट डे. Gopal ji, see, we have to be kind individuals, na. You're a kind person. Mr. Venugopal Swami is joining us for the first time. It is his debut. कुछ तो बोलने देते हैं ना उनको शो खत्म होने से पहले. है ना? Say you are smiling. चलो अब आप खुश हो गए. You will not say I didn't give you time. Mr. Venugopal Swami, here's the question I'm asking you. Your own leader, Rahul Gandhi woke up in the morning and called these 50% tariffs an economic blackmail. So the Congress party completely understands this is economic blackmail on the part of Mr. Donald Trump. In that case, when you understand what Trump is doing, why don't you come out and openly back your government instead of saying, don't you dare surrender our interests? He has not surrendered our interests, which is why we have a 50% tariff.
There is some technical problem. I am speaking through the phone. Okay, first of all, Gopal Krishna ji insulting India. He is insulting India now in this debate. Let me tell you, we cannot compare with global tariff with Indian tariff, madam. You cannot compare Sri Lanka to USA, India to USA. Okay, Bangladesh to USA. He is talking about not only in India they are making a tariff, they are also making on other countries. Which is you please, I request him to not to insult India. India is the fourth largest country in economy wise. We are having 140 crore population in this country. We are emerging as a superpower in the world. Maybe next it may take another 20 years, it may take another 30 years. We comparing with other countries, it is not at all acceptable thing. Let him first apologize to the Indian citizens. This is what he is claiming is wrong. We cannot compare with global tariffs, madam.
Okay.
Let me come back to you second thing. See, like Rahul Gandhi ji said very clearly, since from Trump has arrived to the power, before the tariff, not only tariff, if you see, first he has made a restrictions on the student visa. Remittance tax he has brought it. What was the primary reason? The primary reason is that American regulators are having a clear-cut evidence on the Adani ji.
Sir. Mr. Swami, आज तो let us not do Adani Ambani. आज let's not, हर चीज में Adani Ambani plug and play मत करिए. This is a formula that fits most places, but Mr. Swami, not really. And I have to say that you have gladdened the heart of Mr. Gopal Krishna Agarwal. I'll tell you why. Because you have said that India is on its way to becoming a super economy, a global economy, etc., etc. Just the other day, your leader said India is a dead economy. Mr. Swami, so you have made one person on this panel very happy. We'll leave it there for the moment. I'm not sure how your leader will react to it. Nahi, mera time khatam ho gaya hai. Everyone, my time is over. Thank you very much for joining us for this debate. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, Vijay Sardana, Subhash Chandra Garg, Salem Dharanidharan, and Mr. Venugopal Swami, thank you very much. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, a break. There's more on the other side.